It's Deprogram, the podcast where we try to get you into a band. That's right. We've done all the work for you. All you have to do is press play and listen. And this week we are going beyond hypothermia. That's as clever as I get some weeks, and I just say an album title. Yeah, what are you going to do? They're not all winners. You could cave my head in. Heyo! We are talking about Cave In today. And Josh, you put Cave In on the board. I'm not sure when, but I do think it was sitting up there for a little while. So talk to me about Cave In and why you thought Cave In would be a good band for us to talk about.
Well, I'm not sure when I put it down either, but it was quite a while ago. But I know we did Nothing back in the day, and you seemed pretty keen on them. And not saying that Cave In is similar to Nothing, but one of the bands that I like that I think are a bit heavier at times. But my cousin showed me this band 10 or 11 years ago, and the only real instructions I gave him was like, I love guitar bands like Hum. Have you got anything like that? And he gave me Jupiter to listen to, and I was hooked about 30 seconds into the first track.
Yeah,
and I thought, wow, that's one of my favorite ever albums. So I suppose I had to do it as a program on them at one point.
And that brings us to Andrew, your first time here. What is it about Cave In that made you go, this is the first band that I want to talk about on Deprogrammed?
So they're just, I've been listening to them since probably around 04, 05, after they kind of went through their transformation. And at that time I was only really into metal. And I heard Until Your Heart Stops and Beyond Hypothermia. And at that time I absolutely loved it, because that's I was really into that kind of that American East Coast metallic hardcore, Converge and Dillinger and all that stuff, and Botch. And I feel like Cave In's sound has evolved throughout all those years with my taste. They kind of went from metal to alt rock, and then spacey, shoegazy type stuff, and then kind of came back full circle into just kind of back into the heavy stuff, kind of akin to their Jupiter days. And I don't know, I've always loved them, and I've loved everything that they've ever done. And even all the members' side projects, they're just such a great, talented group of musicians that have just all been putting out great music for almost 30 years now. And,
good Lord.
Yeah, it's just really connected with me.
A few weeks ago, John, we did an episode, and I think, as is typical fashion, and after the fact, I kind of talked about things that were lining up. And I think you messaged me after and said, hey, Cave In's coming up. Could I hop in on that? And I mean, we were well past first pass. I think we were just about into scheduling phase. But talk to me about Cave In, why you decided you wanted to jump in on them.
Yeah, they're a band that I was familiar with from back in the late 90s, because you mentioned Botch. I was a huge Botch fan, and still am. And I know that Cave In did a split with them where they, I think, did Black Sabbath covers. So I knew that record, and I knew Cave In was this heavy band. But I did not I kind of kept them. I never did the deep dive on I remember when Until Your Heart Stops came out, and I remember that being a big record in the kind of the scene. But I kind of stopped following after that. I remember Jupiter came out. People were like, oh, it's different. It doesn't sound like them anymore. And, you kind of fall off at that point. And I had no idea the trajectory that they had. So when I heard the name, I was kind of intrigued. I remember this band, and I think I liked their what I remember hearing of them I liked. So this would be a good time for me to jump in and like kind of see where they are, like jump in on the whole thing. But yeah, it was I mean, and also I love doing the show, and thank you guys for letting me on here. And this is great. Like it's different for me too because normally I come in and I'm very familiar with everything, and I have lived with this music for years and years. But this one was a little different, and then a lot of the stuff I had not heard before.
To Josh's point, when Cave In came up on the Nothing episode, or probably after the fact, or somewhere around that, Cave In's a band that I remember very vividly Antenna being like in my circle of friends, and a lot of my friends listened to it, and I remember really enjoying it. Never enough to like go take the steps to go buy a record or dig backwards or anything like that, but I just remember really liking them, and for whatever reason not doing due diligence. And as is tradition on this program, this was my excuse to finally do so. So that's why that name got me excited, because I was like, I remember liking them. Why didn't I ever do the thing? So this was my chance to do the thing. We're looking at 79 songs here, 6.5 hours worth of music. Josh, was this a difficult 20 to put together? Did you have like a different process than you usually go through? How did you go about it?
I suppose I got in the Cave In post Jupiter, so I suppose I had to go back and listen to the first 2 albums on Spotify, and really try to acquaint myself with that music. Everything after that I've listened to in pretty decent detail, but I suppose I didn't want to become too heavy in those sort of Jupiter, Antenna, Perfect Pitch Black albums. So I made an effort to do that, but I don't know if it was a good idea or not.
So, Andrew, this is being your first time here. Was the task of putting 20 together for a band a lot harder than you thought it was? Like, what was your thought process as you're bringing your 20 together?
It was hard to get down to 20. Like I say, these guys are not to put a label on it, but I would say they're probably my favorite band, and they have been for a long time.
Wow.
And it's just like, a lot of songs that I don't have on my 20 are songs that maybe at one point or another in my life have been like my favorite Cave In song. So at first I got down to like in the 30s, and then I remember I had 28, and that was like a couple weeks ago. I was like, man, I'm just gonna have to pull the Band-Aid off and try to kill a few of these songs. So what I tried to do was list them in order from my absolute favorite to my least, and that's kind of how I got down to my 20.
Best of luck to you, because hearing favorite band and then coming to Deprogrammed can lead to some heartbreak. So,
yes.
As mentioned, John, you said that this is all kind of new for you. Normally you kind of have like a 7-10 song list kind of at the ready that you just kind of fill out. Yeah. Did you have to kind of start from scratch here?
Oh yeah, I mean it was wide open. I remember, when I jumped in the chat, I looked at the list. I'm like, 6.5 hours of music. Okay, that's a little different than what I'm used to. So, gonna have to buckle down on this thing. So a few late nights, staying up late and blasting this stuff in the headphones, and was able to find like a few of the songs definitely jumped out at me. And I didn't want to come on and be the guy who's like, oh, I'm only going to take the early stuff, and I'm just going to dismiss all the later stuff because it's different and that's not what I like. So definitely listen to the Antenna and the stuff after that a couple of times to really kind of see what stayed with me. But yeah, I mean it was tough. I probably I went at it kind of a different way where I really only put it on my 20 if it jumped out at me. So I worked kind of really deliberately and slowly where like I pretty after the first couple albums I had a few and then I was kind of adding them methodically like okay, I get to 12 and then get to 15 and then get to 17 and then get to 18 and then get to the end and I'm like okay, like which ones are really jumping out at me and like I probably had 24 or 25 by the end that I felt good about, and then it was just a matter of listening to those and figuring out which ones to cut. But yeah, just kind of tried to come at it with an open mind.
So, being that I wasn't familiar with any of the songs per se, I kind of had to do the same thing, build from the beginning, and I knew I was in for trouble when I start Beyond Hypothermia, and I think by the end I had like 7 songs from that. I was like, all right, well, this isn't going to cut it. So I think I trimmed a couple before moving on to Until Your Heart Stops. And I feel like I had to do that with kind of every record. I was like, oh, and I still had, I think, 30 on my first pass. I had a lot of problems with Jupiter because I really liked Jupiter, which is surprising because I would have thought that Antenna would have been the one to jump out at me. But Jupiter was kind of where I found a lot of my harder cuts were from. A lot of the songs that I loved the most were actually came off of Perfect Pitch Black, surprisingly. And then, I hate to say surprisingly as much as I have, but a lot of times when I do this, when I get to the end, when I'm getting that last record, I'm always assuming that that's where the drop off is going to be. And Tides of Tomorrow did not do that for me. But I did find it easier to cut from those later records. For the purposes of the show versus listening to the records, if that makes sense. Like I loved the records, but then when it came to representation, I think I ended up pretty even, like as even as you can be in this situation. So we have 4 people, two of whom are pretty new ears. This could get wild in here, Josh. What do you think for a final say? How many do you think we get through unanimously?
Ooh. Alluding to the fact that, as you guys said, there's 6.5 hours of music here, and I suppose that there's 4 of us. I'm going to go pretty pessimistic and say 2.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. You hate it, but that makes sense. Andrew, what do you think?
I'm going to say 4.
Okay. All right. I like that. A slightly bit more optimistic. John?
Yeah, I don't think this is set up to get a lot. I don't see us getting up to that 7, 8, 9 range. I'm gonna split the difference, you guys, and say 3.
Yeah, I mean, it's only 79 songs, but again, this feels like if you listen to it on a different day, you get another 20 type of band. So, I'll go optimist. Again, it backfired on me yesterday, but I'll go with 5 here. I'll go optimist, go 5, one step above all of y'all. If I get it, then at least it was in a positive manner. So we overshot. All right, so we're going to take a quick pause, and when we come back, we want to play the game. It's programmed. With that, the name of the game is Deprogrammed. The four of us have combed through the Cave In discography and plucked out 20 songs that we're now going to mash together in an attempt to get a top 10 starter kit for you, in case you have never listened to Cave In. I'm going to just do the thing. I'm going to start right at the top. How about Crossbearer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I don't have it.
Okay. Look, a 3, I've said it a million times, a 3 on a 4-person panel is great. And a 3 to start as opposed to in the bin makes me feel a lot better about this. So, okay, 3. We'll take the 3. Josh.
I'm going to go with Jupiter here just because I can actually vividly remember this was the first song I heard from Cave In. And, I remember hearing that intro and thinking, oh, this is like catchy, but, it's not anything I haven't heard before. But then you get into the verse and that sort of pitch shifted guitar that's sort of become this signature comes in and I was like, whoa. And I was hooked.
What was the name of the song?
Oh, sorry, Jupiter.
Oh,
The title.
title
Okay.
track. Yes, I got it.
Yep.
Hey, there we go.
My 2 is in danger.
That's all right. Down.
I knew I at least had your vote because I know you love a strong opener to an album, and I'm like, well, I'd be surprised if he doesn't like this one.
Oh, and again, like sometimes I overplay myself, but I feel like with a band like this, it's a safer bet because the rest of the albums can go anywhere, and this is kind of like, again, the start of my troubles. So, all right, Jupiter is in. Andrew, where do you want to start?
Well, like I said, I did my list kind of from top to bottom, my favorite, and I'm just gonna go with my favorite right off the bat and say Youth Overrided.
No, sorry.
Oh, no, can't save you.
I got it.
Oh. Control F, Youth. There it is. So John and Andrew. This is another one of those times where I have to apologize for not having a reason why I dropped something. There's no reason. I just don't. All right, John?
All right, I'm gonna go with one that reminded me a lot of Turnstile, and so maybe when I heard it, I was like, maybe Justin's gonna be on this one. How about Centered?
Oh, no.
No,
But I do love Turnstile.
me too.
That one we don't have Centered.
All right.
Oh, one. Okay. All right, that's a solid first round. We literally hit everything: a 1, a 2, a 3, and a 4. I'll just jump around, get out my seat and jump around. How about Moral Eclipse?
No.
Yes.
No, I don't have it.
Okay. 2s are not death sentences in a 4. So, all right. Josh?
I think I'm going to pay tribute to their first single of Heavy Pendulum, New Reality.
Yeah, I got it.
Nope.
No, I do not.
All right. We'll take the 2. Andrew.
From the Tides of Tomorrow album, Dark Driving.
No.
No.
All right. John?
All right. Let's go back to the beginning. How about Capsize?
Oh,
No, sorry.
no.
No, I don't have it.
All right. That's interesting. Okay.
Great song, though.
Yeah.
Love
Okay.
that intro.
Back around to me. Let me try one of my antenna tracks here. How about Stained Silver?
Yeah, man.
Yep.
No, I don't have it.
Oh boy. Close.
It's another great opener.
Oh wow. I didn't even realize. Nice. Very good,
It's
Justin.
a simple.
All right. Josh.
The end of our rope is a noose.
Fuck me.
No.
No.
That one I know for a fact was like at latest like 24. Like it was super late cut.
I always found that interesting because, as I said before, I hadn't listened to the early stuff as much as probably you guys had, and that song I could really hear their future in the track, like sort of some space rock sounding parts, but also being very heavy. So like that was one of the tracks I'm like, oh, I can sort of see where they're going here.
I wonder if
That's
that
always interesting in a band when you can sort of hear their next album
yeah.
in a track.
Mm-hmm.
hmm
Mm-hmm.
And they're not afraid to go 8, 9, 10 minutes either.
Oh, not at all. No.
Yeah, you
Yeah, and
really
when you
get to
think
like
that,
blend in with the song and like sit with it, and it doesn't overstay its welcome either, which is rare for songs that long.
I think I marked something off wrong. I'll come back to it at the end of the show because something got a 2 that shouldn't have gotten a 2, which means I'm missing the actual 2. All right. So Andrew.
So my next one would be off of White Silence. Sing My Loves.
Oh no, sorry, I was close.
Mm-mm.
No.
No.
On my final cut.
These are particularly daggery because we know Andrew's starting from his favorites going down this list. John.
All right. How about let's go with another long one. How about Until Your Heart Stops, Segue 2?
No, sorry.
No.
No. All right. So back to me. Oh, I think I know what I did. I think I know which song I messed up. It was Moral Eclipse. Boom. Okay, so that's the 2. He says, thinking aloud. All right. Well, this is one of the few answers I got when I asked the audience what they considered essential cave-in. So, and we haven't gotten there yet, so I might as well bump it out there. How about Big Riff?
Yeah, man.
Yep.
No.
Okay. All right. We'll take the 3. Take the 3.
You know what's crazy about this song, Justin? I was just listening to it all and sort of writing notes. I wrote down drony, screamy, tender, and mellow, all in one.
Yeah.
And it doesn't sound like it would fit together, but the way the song progresses over time, and I think it goes for about 7 minutes. It sort of becomes natural when it gets to the more quiet parts at the end. But it seems ridiculous when you're just looking at it. Like, how does it get from here to here and make sense?
Cave-in figured out a way. All right. Josh.
I might go Screaming in Your Sleep.
Yes.
No.
No, I don't have that one.
That was one of the other answers we got. And I do want to say that that doesn't paint like what makes my list, but it does sometimes paint the order in which I play. All right. Andrew?
I got another one from White Silence, Summit Fever.
Yes.
No.
No.
I loved Summit Fever. As it was like one of these ones that like for some reason I wanted to cut, right? I kept looking for reasons to cut it, and then I just got to a point where it was like I was down to 25 or something. I was like, well, how about instead of cutting it, I just leave it on my list and until it's easier to cut it, which never happened, obviously. So Summit Fever gets a 2. All right. Well, these 2s are going to keep us out of NTP. We've got plenty of gameplay left here. So, John.
All right. As much as you're a track one guy, Justin, I'm a last track guy. Like, give me a strong closer to an album, and I'm happy. And they have a couple that are very, very good. Let's go with New Moon.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Oh no, I don't.
Oh, almost.
Yeah, I thought that was gonna be it.
I thought so
Man,
too.
that's a great choice, and I like how it's just quiet and sort of acoustic the whole time, and then they have that sort of false ending. So you think, oh yeah, the album's done now. You get up and walk to the next room, and you just have this explosion of sound.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I thought I had that one. That's why I was kind of fumbling around there. Nope. I just had to confirm in 3 different places that I did not have that one. Okay. Wonder why. Okay, so we already did that one. Don't have that one. All right, I'll toss out a closing track, and it's from Tides of Tomorrow. Everest.
No, sorry.
No, see, I feel bad now that I said that, and I don't have that one.
All right, all alone. The cheese stands alone. All right, Josh.
The World Is in Your Way.
Yeah, I got that one.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Hey,
Oh,
there we go.
that
Great.
just like that's like a perfect mix between the heavier records, I think, and then Jupiter. That's what I hear of this song.
Yeah, I get that. I always feel bad because, like, I can hear the song when it gets unanimous, but you guys can't because it doesn't go through. All right.
Just drum with a grey lead or something, and we'll picture the song now.
There we go. World Is in Your Way. We got 2. So worst case scenario from here on out, Josh would get our final say, but there's still some out there. Andrew.
So I know I said that I got into Cave In by listening to their old material, like their early stuff, because I was into metal at the time. I don't actually have a lot of the first 2 albums on my list, but this one did make it. Bottom Feeder off of Until Your Heart Stops.
No.
Oh, no.
No.
There it is. Segway 3. Hey. All right. John?
All right, let's see if we can hit on another one here. How about Lost in the Air?
No.
No,
Nope.
close though.
Nope.
All right, then.
I think that's the other thing that I'm finding weird, like that so many times of knowing exactly where the song kind of fell out, and then other ones where it's just like no, I have no idea. Like there's like a handful, Okay. Let me try an antenna track. How about Rubber and Glue?
Yeah.
No.
No, I don't have that one.
All right. Take the 2 and run. We're officially out of NTP. There's a conversation to be had as well. So, all right, Josh?
I want to go with Paranormal.
Nope.
No.
No.
Andrew?
I'm also gonna take one off of Perfect Pitch Black. Tension in the Ranks.
Yeah.
Nope.
No. Nope.
All right, John?
All right. How about Requiem?
Yeah. What a journey that is.
I don't got it.
Yeah.
Ah,
I feel like that's where we're getting. Ooh, these twos. Okay, let me do a count here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I feel like we got a couple more rounds in us. I'll go with another one that kind of just begged me to pick it. How about Blood Spiller?
No.
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 Oh, that one kind of hurts.
Definitely one.
I will give you this.
Okay,
I will give you
well,
this, Justin. Hearing that live, it gave me greater appreciation for the song. Probably one of the stronger songs of the new record. Really relentless.
Indeed. All right. We'll take the 1. I'll take the L. Josh.
Blinded by a Blaze.
No.
no. That was like number 21 for me.
Oh no.
Close calls. All right, Andrew?
Title track from Tides of Tomorrow.
Nope.
Sorry.
No.
All right. John?
How about Stoic?
No.
No, I don't have it. That was the first Cave-In song I ever heard, though.
Whoa.
Yeah, great song. Just those dissonant chords are so tasty.
I'll try a White Silence one here. How about Serpents?
No.
No.
Yes.
A. I'm playing infinitely better today than I did yesterday. It's like I listened to the same band.
That was rough.
All right. Serpents gets a 2. Josh?
In the Stream of Commerce.
No. No.
Nope.
No, cool title, but didn't make it.
All right. Andrew?
Another one from Jupiter. Innuendo and Out the Other.
Yeah.
I don't.
No.
These twos are brutal. All right. John?
All right. How about? Let's go with another closing track. Reanimation.
No.
No, sorry.
No.
All right. How did I skip past it? Just type it in, Justin. Making it difficult. All right. I think maybe we'll call this one our last round and then dump out. How about Halo of Flies?
Nah.
Nah.
Yes.
Hey.
Another 2 to throw in there.
Yeah, I know, right? You hope for the 3s at this point, just to edge some of the 2s out, but all right. Josh?
I'm gonna go Down the Drain.
No.
No.
Nah.
Yeah, I think I made the right call. At least it sounds like it. Andrew?
Heartbreaks, Earthquakes.
Yeah.
No.
Nope. Another 2.
This is gonna be tough.
Yes, very much so. All right. John?
How about Flypaper?
No.
No. Such a great song, though.
Yeah.
No. I don't
Yeah, I
know.
like that one.
The like black metal part in the middle of it with the trill picking is crazy.
All right. So I'll just start at the top here. How about Chameleon?
No.
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 Crambone?
No.
No.
I love that you took the 12-minute one or whatever, but no.
Terminal Deity?
Yes.
No.
No.
All right. Another 2. Make it a little bit more
Uh,
brutal.
just regarding that song, that has been my PlayStation gamer tag as long as I've had a PlayStation. Many, many years I've been Terminal Deity online.
I promise you, I didn't take that into account. I picked the song on its merits.
Yeah.
If we get to the final say, you have to choose that now. Representation there.
There you go.
All right. Decay of the Delay?
No.
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 Strange. That was actually, I think I got 4 answers, and that was one of them. Inspire?
Yeah.
No, I don't know.
Okay. Dun, 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 dun. And then, last but not least, last call for a unanimous. The Callus.
No.
No. That was number 21.
Bow. All right. So, just like that, I mean, we still have chance for more pain with 2s or 3s, but we only got 2 unanimous, so Josh is going to have our final say.
Shit, I do.
You want to dump out whatever you got left here?
Yeah. Beautiful Sun.
No.
Yeah, I got that.
That was another one of the answers
Nice.
we got.
Brain Candle.
No.
No.
And Come Into Your Own.
Yes.
No.
Just as I thought.
Yep, that's me done.
All right. 1 and 1. All right, Andrew?
Joy Opposites.
No.
Woodwork.
Nope.
Trepanning.
Nope.
And my last one is Waiting for Love.
No.
No.
What was the one after? Oh, never mind. I found it. And then Waiting for Love was the last one.
How many threes have we got?
I think it's like 4 or 5.
4, I think, yeah.
All right. Just for fun, John?
Yeah, my last ones were Ritual Famine, Juggernaut, and Vicious Circles.
Juggernaut was the other answer that we got.
Classic song.
Yeah.
We covered a lot here. Hold on.
Did.
Let's... Because there's a lot of 2s, but there's a lot of 1s as well.
Almost 50, I think we covered.
Yeah.
If not.
52 by the looks of it.
Yeah.
That's pretty impressive. All right. So we got 2 unanimous. Jupiter and The World Is in Your Way, which again gives Josh our final say. Our 3s, Crossbearer, Stained Silver, Big Riff, and New Moon. I mean, at this point, to ease a little bit of the pain, I humbly submit we just go ahead and take the 3s and then start working on these 2s if everybody's okay with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Those are all good songs.
Absolutely.
All right, so let's grab those and then start working on these 2s. Big Riff. So what does that leave us here? 16 that we need to trim down to 3 before Josh's final say.
Ugh.
All right, here we go. Youth Overrided, New Reality, Moral Eclipse, Screaming in Your Sleep, Summit Fever, Rubber and Glue, Tension in the Ranks, Requiem, Serpents, Innuendo, and Out the Other, Halo of Flies, Heartbreaks, Earthquakes, Terminal Deity, Inspire, Beautiful Sun, and Come Into Your Own. Is there one that's kind of jumping out at you here, Josh?
I'm a bit mesmerized, to be honest. Look, I suppose anyone I can think of from there that's from Heavy Pendulum's New Reality. So I think, being a newer song, it'd be nice to get some good English representation there, if possible.
All right. Any opposition there? New Reality?
No.
No, good song.
All right, let's do it. We'll grab that. Same question to you, Andrew. Is there one that's kind of jumping out at you that you feel like needs to be on this?
Absolutely, Youth Overrided.
Boom.
That was going to be the one I was going to say too.
Yeah, lock it in.
Lock it in. All right, and then John, is there anything else that's kind of jumping out at you?
Yeah, I'd like to get one of the long ones. I'm looking at Requiem. Probably would be the one I would pick. I think that's another Jupiter song. I know we already have 3, I think, but still.
We do have to have something long.
I definitely would put that in if possible.
All right.
Yeah, as far as their long songs go, Requiem's probably the cream of the crop.
Yeah.
All right.
and it's about like 3 or 4 songs in one anyway. So
Mhm.
if anything, you're getting more value out of it.
All right.
We could have made this one of the longest lists ever. Pick some of these 11, 13-minute songs.
That's true. All right. So that brings us up to our 9. So as always, Josh, your boy Justin would prefer you pick a song that's still alive, but you don't have to. You can pick
Oh, don't do it. Do whatever you
anything
want.
you want for song number 10.
Oh, I don't think is there anything of White Silence on this list?
No.
Because I think Heartbreaks and Earthquakes was a 2.
Yeah. Summit
happy to
Fever
have
as
that
well.
go through.
Serpents, animation.
I didn't have those ones. Otherwise I'd be open to it. But yeah, I think maybe Heartbreaks and Earthquakes. You can put that
All
through.
right. All right. That's
Just 'cause
what
I
we
can
do with the
choose
final
which
say.
one.
All right. Let me type that in, final say. And then we'll run this down and then we'll crank up the heat. Because I honestly don't know. A lot of times I have some inclination. I have none today. Here we go. Jupiter, The World Is in Your Way, Crossbearer, Stained Silver, Big Riff, New Moon, New Reality, Youth Overrided, Requiem, Heartbreaks, Earthquakes rounds out our 10. Josh, of those 10, which one is the one?
Well, the two usually I think of the two anonymous songs. But when I'm looking at this list, I think Big Riff would be a great. It seems to have everything from their career represented in that one song.
Mm.
And we were joking about having a really long playlist. Let's be funny having a lead-off track that's 7-8 minutes long too.
I'm into it. What do you think, Andrew?
Yeah, I mean, of everything there, like Big Riff, absolutely. Like it's iconic. It's heavy. It's pretty. It's everything that Cave In represents, really.
John?
Are we sure we don't want to? I mean, I love Crossbear. I think that would be maybe that's my early bias coming through when I tried not to. But I mean, I see what you guys are saying on Big Riff, and like it maybe is more representative. But I was looking at Crossbear or even Jupiter, maybe. But if I'm outvoted, then that's fine.
I was looking at Jupiter if for practical reasons. It's 317. It was a unanimous decision. So like neither of those are music based. So I mean,
Well, like, yeah, sorry, Justin.
No, you're right.
Jupiter, though, I know from firsthand experience that it's a great introduction to a band. Like that was the first Cave In song I heard, and I was hooked 30 seconds in. So I suppose if the purpose of this playlist is to get someone into a band, and that's the first thing they hear, then it really satisfies that criteria as well.
Yeah, I would say that this probably doesn't stand a chance in the end of year discussion. So I'm trying to keep that out of it. John and I could probably go to bat for it, but I feel like we probably
we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. What do you think, Andrew? Like, is there credence to going with Jupiter over Big Riff?
Like personally, I like Big Riff more than Jupiter, but Jupiter, I think, would be better for easing someone into the band. Because, like, some people, when they hear a song with, like, harsh vocals in it, they're immediately turned off.
Mm-hmm.
And, I'd hate for someone to put on the playlist and hear Caleb start screaming and think, oh, yeah, this is just some, screaming band. I don't want to hear nothing of it. And I think Jupiter would better ease them into what the band is about.
All right. So it sounds like, and again, in some ways, the fact that it got all four of us probably should weigh in on this as well, at least a little. Let's do it.
But I just put on Big Riff a little bit, just listen to a little bit of it. It's so heavy and good though. Like I don't know now.
It is really great.
Well, look,
I might be changing my mind.
I'm all for Big Riff. Like I mentioned, all my reasons for voting for Jupiter were more practical than music.
Wasn't Big Riff a listener choice too? Did you say that was one of the ones that people said?
Yeah. Yep. It's one that came up. Yep.
Yeah, I think I'm changing my mind.
See, sometimes
really hard.
Sometimes it pays to be patient. All right, so if we're all in agreement, let's lock in Big Riff as number one. Boom. And then let me run this down one last go. Big Riff is our... Actually, let me get it playing underneath. And then I'll do that. That's usually what I do. I'm all here. Big Riff is our number one. Jupiter, The World Is In Your Way. Crossbear, Stained Silver. New Moon, New Reality. Oh, 2 songs with new. Youth Overrided, Requiem, Heartbreaks, Earthquakes rounds out our 10. Let's let Big Riff get a moment in the sun. We have done it, folks. We have turned you on to Cave In, and you're welcome. We did that for you. We have turned you on to a band that maybe you've never given a chance before, and hopefully that is the case. And if you love the band, then you can argue with us as well. That's fine too. You can jump in on the Discord and come into the Deprogram channel and say, hey, I disagree with that Cave-In list, and tell us why. Tell us what songs you would have picked. However you want to discuss it. That's the Legion of Stupid Discord. You can get that by going to legionofstupid.com. Easy for me to say, legionofstupid.com. And there is a Discord link up, I believe, at the upper left corner. You click on that, it'll take you to our Discord. You can also get that Discord by going to patreon.com/ohhijustin. And $1 a month gets you in the door. It gets you, as mentioned, access to certain channels in the Discord. It gets you the conversation we're about to have after the fact. It gets you deprogrammed before the rest of the world. Occasional "Oh, hi, Justin" pods, all that. $1 a month. It helps me, and it gets you a little extra. And also, it does say that, hey, Justin, I like the program. It's it is a nice. It feels like a nice win-win for everybody. The aforementioned legionofstupid.com is also where you go if you want to sign up to play with us. You can go to the website, you click on shows, you click on deprogrammed. Maybe halfway down that is a sign-up sheet. Tell me what band you want to talk about, and if it's not a band that we've done already, it'll happen. As a matter of fact, everybody here kind of did that. So just saying, it works, it happens, and we'll figure out a way to get you on the program. We're a podcast, so of course you can listen to us on all podcast platforms. If you're listening on Spotify, 5 stars and answering the Q&A would go a long way. We'd appreciate that. Same thing for Apple Podcasts, 5 stars and a review of the show would be super helpful. Would appreciate that. Sharing is caring, of course. Sharing that link out wherever you can. And telling somebody that you listen is probably the best way you can help. Hey, I listen to Deprogrammed, and you can too. You should too. With all that, man, I was all over myself there. Cave In, learn them and love them, people. We'll see you next week. Goodbye.